you considering becoming a vegan? So I have been vegan for 15 days now. It has been one of the most challenging tasks I have taken on, but it has been very, very fulfilling. I'm going to talk to you guys today about a few of my challenges and exactly what I've been experiencing. My plan with being vegan is I'm on a Daniel fast. So stay tuned. I will talk to you guys once I complete it. A Daniel fast is completed in 21 days, but I'm really seeking God and trying to figure out if God wants me to go longer and stay vegan for a little while longer. I have no intention on becoming a permanent vegan. That's not something that I believe will work for my blood type, but I do believe in fasting and taking time and changing your diet and setting yourself apart to hear from God and to be in communion with God. Along this journey, I have had ups and downs. If you haven't watched my video about being vegan, going raw vegan for 5 days, within this 15-day span, I did go raw vegan for 5 days. Be sure to check that video out so you can see what my experience was with that. Overall, I want to say that I have the utmost respect for vegans because it is so challenging to change your diet and to change the way you live. It's one of the most refreshing things, but it's challenging. One of my biggest issues was there are times when I feel weak and it's like something is missing. Whatever is in the meat protein is different from the vegetable protein. There were times when I felt electrified, or I do feel electrified on the inside, but then there are times when I feel like something is just missing. When I look at my blood type and it suggests certain foods for me to eat, protein is always on the list. So protein is definitely something that I should have for my blood type. But like I said, I'm doing this fast, so I'm stepping out and trying something different. One of the biggest issues also is eating too many carbs. I think this was my problem regardless. Whether I was on a vegan fast or not, I always would eat way too many carbs. But the fact that you can't have meat, you can't have white bread. I'm doing no white bread, no white rice. The wheat crackers that I am eating, I noticed that I overindulge on them, trying to feel satiated. But overeating carbs, to me, is one of the biggest issues. Sometimes you see vegans they're not really slender, they're not really slim. A part of my fast, I'm not doing any sugar, but I can see how they start to overload on sugar. And even if you watch other vegans online, they eat a lot of fruit. I don't eat fruit. And if you do your research on fruits, a lot of fruits have sugar in them. So I really feel like, that's why sometimes I think they were making jokes a while back about vegans, so overweight. But I feel like the fact that they can't have the meat makes them overindulge on the carbs and the sugar. And I don't eat, like I said, I don't eat sugar, but I do still eat carbs. And I find myself just munching and I can't stop. And so that's why I got this waist trainer on. As you guys can see, I'm still struggling with belly fat, and I've just come to the conclusion that it's carbs. It is nothing more than carbs and the lack of exercising and building muscle in my stomach. But I've never been the type of person to really do crunches. And the only time I've had a flat stomach was when I cut out all of the carbs. And so I'm not cutting out carbs completely, but I am monitoring them and really trying to change and eat more vegetables that have protein in them. Feeling weak. There were times on this 15-day fast that I felt like I could not move. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get myself up to go to the kitchen to get something to eat? It feels like you get so weak. If you read in the Bible, when Daniel began, he was talking about how weak he was. And he was on that fast. It's the same thing that I'm feeling. I feel so weak and so depleted, and it's almost like excitement is missing. Sometimes when I eat fish, I feel all of a sudden excited. And they said that fish can make you feel, I don't know if it's the endorphins or the dopamine in the fish. It's one of the two, but I feel like I'm not getting any endorphins. I feel a little depleted. I feel like, everything's a drag a little bit. A little spaced out. There were nights when there was a night that I take my dog outside and I have a flashlight. There was a night that I had the flashlight that I have. I left the flashlight on all night. It didn't register to me that I left it on. I forgot to take the trash out. You know, the trash runs weekly in most neighborhoods, and it didn't even cross my mind that it was trash day. So I feel like that there's something missing when you go full-fledged vegan. And this is just me speaking from my experience. I know other people are vegans. And this one lady that I was watching on YouTube, she's been a vegan for 17 years. She's actually a raw vegan. Her body looks great. She looks like she's living a dream life. But is that for me? No. You know, like I said, this is a fast, and I'm going to see how long God leads me to be on this. And not only that, I'm looking for God to move in this. Several people that I've watched, several people that I've observed and learned from, they've spoken about going vegan for 30 days. You know, it's not, to me, it's not a lifestyle. A lot of people say, oh, I'll never eat meat again. And even I saw this study on YouTube of this one man who has an institute where all the people that come through his institute that are sick and have cancer, they go vegan. And, you know, they do like a 40-day water fast. They do a lot of things, but these are medical professionals. I'm not under a medical professional, and so I have to do the things that I know makes me have energy and feel great. But it's been challenging. If you're considering becoming a vegan, you need to consider that, and I would suggest that you look up your blood type and figure out what foods work for your blood type, and see how you start to feel when you take those foods out of your diet, because how you feel will determine a lot. There are days, I'm going to be honest, where I feel like, okay, I'm ready for this to be over. But I'm going to push myself to go at least 21 days. And so this Friday will be my 21st day. I'll be done. But like I said, if the Lord leads me to go further, I'm going to go further. So yeah, it's challenging. Oh, I said this in one of my other videos, but I'm going to say it again. What propelled me and sustained me was juicing. Juicing has been one of the greatest factors in me doing this vegan fast, because without the juices, I don't feel like I would have been able to push through when I would get tired. All I have to do, I did this in my last video, y'all. I got to take this waist trainer off. Woo. Okay, back to our scheduled programming. No, juicing was so vital in me being able to survive as a vegan. It makes a difference. Every time I would try to do a vegan fast, or if I would try to do the Daniel fast, I would fall off the wagon. I would have to go eat. But juicing was powerful. My dilemma today on day 15 with the juicing is I feel so tired that I don't feel like I have enough energy to juice the way I've been juicing. I've been putting my food in the oven, which is easy. I just rinse my vegetables, sprinkle a little olive oil on them, and I can put them in the oven. That's easy. Vegetables up to get them in that juicer right now. I'm just trying to make it to the end of this fast. I did work 6 days the last week, so that could be why I feel a little depleted. And today's my day of filming. So yeah, all of these factors play into it. So if you're considering going vegan or raw vegan, I would suggest juicing. Another reason why I feel like I was never able to go vegan was because without juicing, I feel like that my stomach would always hurt. That juicing actually removes all the bulky vegetables. If you were trying to do it raw, because I have tried to do it raw, juicing is the only way you can go raw. I really don't even feel like you can go raw without juicing, because the vegetables don't digest the way that you need them to. So you need that juicer to get rid of all of the pulp, so you can just easily get the nutrients you want to get from the vegetables. I pray that this video brought value to you guys. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Comment below and let me know if you're considering going vegan or if you're considering doing a Daniel fast. I want to encourage you guys that God is in the midst of whatever you decide to do, and our bodies are temples, and we should be conscious and aware of what we put in our bodies and to fall in alignment with what God sees fit to go in our bodies. None of us can be perfect every single day in our diet, but I think that the fact that we start to be conscious of what we're doing, we can start to see changes in our lives and we can start to feel better. So be sure to subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next video. Until next time, have a blessed one.